Hey there, happy Friday. So I hope you guys have had a great week. And I went to the grocery store this afternoon, and it just had that hustle bustle of people that are getting their snacks, their beverages and things and heading out, which can happen anytime in the summer. But with the 4th of July being not that far away, I just felt like there was that extra, like people are heading out for that already because of that happening next weekend. And a lot of people take off the whole week because of that. So kind of fun to see that. And because of that, I kind of thought, you know, people might be busy. I should give you guys some things to do. Some people just take off the week. They don't head out anywhere, but they love to craft because sometimes it's a great way to beat the heat. And another reason is there's that great sweet sale going on now until June 30th through Stampin' Up. And so any sweet is buy one, get one 50% off, or any sweet product. So that can be the bundle in a suite, it can be the paper in a suite, it can be the embellishments, the ribbons, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, what better way besides my excitement to show you some cute products from the Turtley Awesome suite. So got kind of a fun fold here for you guys today. So it's like I'm jam packing everything. Like people are loving this suite, they're loving fun folds, they're loving paper, they're loving all sorts of things, and everybody loves a sale. So I thought this is great, a great way to maybe start the weekend or cap off your week. So let me get turned around, and when I said I had a lot of things to show you, I'm actually going to show you all the projects from last night's stamp camp, or afternoon stamp camp in Worthington. So great group of ladies as always. They're just so appreciative of me coming over, and I'm so appreciative that they show up like every single time almost. So yeah, so I love that. So this is the card that I'm going to show you today. That this is a good way to, I don't know if it's better with or without light there. Oh, and speaking of lighting and everything, somebody commented that my videos are always fuzzy for her. And so if you ever run into that, please let me know, because I want to see if it's something on my end or something I need to do differently. I'm always thinking like no news is good news, but if you ever go, Belle, your videos are always terrible to hear or something, please let me know, because I want to remedy that on my end. All right, so this was one of the cards, and like I said, this is also the card that I'm going to make for you guys today. And then what's Shaken Bacon, and it's a shaker card using the Party Piggy bundle, and this is online. So for those of you that said like I did when I got my new annual catalog, where's that piggy that we just got to see showcased in North Carolina at the Stampin' Up event? Well, it was an online exclusive, so they got to make a shaker card last night. And all of these cards that I'm showing you, I will be doing demos probably next week to show you that. Something that I'm thrilled, that's why I don't want to go in about it too much because each video will go more in depth. I'm thrilled about these new banners dies. They're very large, and I like the really big letters too. So be looking for projects for me using those at upcoming events as well, because I really like this. Can't wait to show you that one also in a video. And then this one I want to highlight also because it is part of a suite. So these Good Vibes, I think that's, oh yeah, it's in the catalog. You'll see it. It's got a big spread because it's a suite. So things are on sale, the entire suite, buy one, get one. So if you go, oh, I love the turtle suite, I love this suite, you could buy one, get one half off. So, seriously, like the whole everything that's included in the suite. So keep that in mind. Or if you like bits and pieces, like I love this paper, so I'm thinking before June 30th, do I need to buy some more of this paper? Anyway, so that is something that they got to make yesterday. And then this is a fun one too, the Notes and Totes bundle. And so the stamps and dies to make the cute tote. These are the stamps. This is a tote. That's just a bundle. It's not part of a suite, but I do want to tell you about the cute paper in the background in case I don't get this card demoed before June 30th. The To Market paper was used for this, like the sides, the middle. There's paper, flowers that you can fussy cut out of the paper. And then even this little purse scarf here is from the same paper pack, as well as the tote. The kind of the brown grain of that is all from the 2 Market 12x12 Designer Series paper. It is on sale because it is last chance, but it was also part of a suite. So if you go, oh my goodness, I want to get the Notes and Totes bundle, make a whole bunch of these cards. The totes can also be die cut twice and made to be a 3D, like an actual little tiny tote. If you want to stuff it with a gift card or something for somebody, or have an event where that would make a great little table treat, that's also a good thing. But the paper not only is on sale, like I said, but part of a suite. So if you buy 2 packages, you could buy one, get one 50% off because of that too. So want to talk about that. And then the last project that I was so hesitant to have them make, you guys, was their favorite one. And I know these cards don't look like, okay, why was it their favorite one? Well, this is the deal behind it. And I'll talk more about it when I do the video for this. This is a paper pack, Frames and Florals. It's a $10 12x12 package of paper, and it's nothing new. It debuted in last year's catalog. But there's lots of pop-out pieces. You've got your 12x12 pretty pieces, and then you've got some, like this is a pop-out big piece here, and then you've got all these little sprigs here that you can add to your projects. And then I brought some of the ephemera, like mix and match greetings, and so they had hundreds of greetings to pick through to add to their cards. And because it was like a free-for-all type crafting experience on this card project, I was really nervous that they were going to go, Belle, we want an idea to copy. And yes, I had these, but there was only like 2 of these, and I obviously made one into my sample for them. But to see their beautiful cards was so fun, and their excitement, and for them to say, oh, that was our favorite. Here I just thought, oh, if I'm taking away that, oh, I just got off work, I don't want to think about things, that whole experience of it, well, I guess I need to maybe bring that to the game another time too. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you like a little bit more of open creativity for maybe a whole event that I put together, or even just one project at an event, let me know that too. All right, so let me get to the cards so this doesn't get too lengthy. And I know a lot of you watch this on replay, so that way I can just keep going. Here is the card that I'm going to put together for you, and let me show you all the things that are turtly cute in the catalog. So we've got on page, okay, this annual catalog, the current annual catalog, page 48 and 49. Cute project designs or inspiration there in 48, and then all of the products that go into the suite. And like I said, anything on here, buy one get one. So even if you go, yeah, it's a suite sale, buy one get one free, I don't have 2 suites I want. Well, if you even get like the bundle, well, the next the cheapest thing then would be half off out of this. So if you want to get this whole thing, it's mix and match on there, buy one get one 50% off, even if it's within the same suite. That's how that works. And then I love how they just kind of keep going on the next page, and I'll show you this cool paper here, the 2-tone, and just more samples that way. So that's there. And then in the back here on page 69 is the scrapbooking coordination. So I have this here for my scrapbookers. It's a 12x12 sticker sheet. So it's got some great borders here with music notes and the strips there, and then these big stickers, and then the 12x12 Designer Series paper, which coordinates. So this is for my area with shipping and tax, $20.16 for the full package of the 12x12 Designer Series paper and the coordinating sticker sheet. And then of course, I should have, and I didn't, but I should have got the matching or coordinating cardstock that lines up with all of this, because if I go to order, these are all the colors I want to coordinate with that anyway. So I wanted to show you about that. And then I'm just going to go in a little deeper here. Let me go back to this and show you. So we've got the stamps and the dies. So these 3 main turtles are a little bit bigger in like full stamping mode, and there's dies that cut out all of those. And as you can see, some of these look like they're set up to be in a way to hold things, and I'll show you that in today's card, which is really fun, because then we've got all these elements that can be held, stamped and such, or just added, and then some nice sentiments, some nice background things like that too, and then tons of dies. So like I said, we've got the main dies that cut out all 3 of the turtles, and so I needed those last night, and even like the elements like the balloon, ice cream, party hat, birthday cake, all of those. And then inside we've still got more. I always like to say that it sounds like a TV infomercial, but wait, there's more. So then we've got, oh yeah, here's a turtle laying on its back, like the apron, the hat, the apron and the chef hat, the watering can, the guitar for the music, and all of the fun stuff, the microphone flower, and then the hat. So lots of fun stuff in there, okay? And then we've got the ribbon. I didn't use the ribbon on yesterday's project, but I already have an idea for it coming up. This is two-tone ribbon, so you can see it's got the dark and the light, kind of a satiny finish. So this is kind of fun, and I love the embellishments. And so these are fun. It's shades of green, and they kind of remind me of a kids play tile game or something that my kids either had or grandkids have, or maybe I think we have some kind of tile game that this reminds me of. Just self-adhesive, really, really cute, and it's just fun to see these on the projects because of the shape of it. Kind of reminds you of a turtle shell. And then the only thing I didn't cover yet is the embossing folder, and I'm going to show you that a little bit more in depth as I create my card. Let me show you the cute, cute paper, because sometimes you see cards and you're like, oh, that must be what's on the paper. Okay, so if you like to fussy cut, how fun would it be to just like pop in a movie, listen to an audiobook, something like that, and you see all of these fun turtles that you can cut out. So you could fussy cut that. You know, I love stripes, so this would make a fun greenish, bluish striped background. And then we've got, for the musicians, like if you wanted to make a bunch of birthday cards and your family was very musical, very easy to fussy cut this. There's no dies for these, or the ones I just showed you, that would be for fussy cutting only. Or this is a great background. I am torn. I think I need to buy a whole bunch more packets because I want to cut these out and then put this on that background. All right, this might be my favorite. I don't know if that tells you I love summer, but I love like the grill marks on the apron. I love this cooking dude, and he's got a grill, and then you've got like the beach mom with the hair up and the drink and the sandcastle, the crab, the starfish, all of these fun little things. So, and like, how cute is that? It reminds me of my grandkids when they had to have their floaties on to go in their pool. And the background of that is another fun stripe with some of the brighter colors that coordinate. And then these are always fun to play. It's kind of your own build-a-scene. So you can make a card or a banner or a scrapbook page out of these backgrounds. And then you just cut out those cute turtles doing their thing. So you can see where the beach accessories would be great for this. The barbecue would be great for that. I'm just loving the thought of getting to put all this together. And then the polka dots for this are great. So if this isn't your thing, polka dots will be, because these are really fun. Okay, and then the one that I use, this is all I have left, is the strips of that. Looks like a fun turtle shell, and I'm going to be showing you what else can be cut out and what they did last night. All right, so let's actually make the card. Sorry if you don't enjoy me rambling, but I just had a lot that I wanted to share, and I feel like my last videos have been very quick and easy, and which a lot of you said that you love. Hi there, Wendy. But I felt like let's just get more in depth with some of the stuff. Okay, so before I start with the fun fold, A lot of you say, I don't know how you prep all of the cardstock and things for classes. Well, this is my scoring tool, and you can get one too. It's not anything that I found somewhere like mysteriously or anything. It is a Stampin' Up! Product. It is my behind the scenes go-to workhorse. So a lot of times I have an 8.5 by 11 sheet on here, and I'm scoring to do 2 cards at once. If I have a whole bunch of cards, I'm still only using a single piece of cardstock in here. I have people that ask, like, can you score stacks of it? You know, you might be able to even do a couple, but I don't like to score too hot and heavy on my lines where I'm going to end up maybe tearing the cardstock or designer series paper and then just getting a fine line on the one underneath. So I find it best to do one at a time. So for the fun fold, I have garden green here, and I've cut it in half, and where I've scored is a 3 1/8, and actually you could probably do 3 1/4. That would work as well. And then I'm scoring it at 5 1/4 too. So I've just scored there and there. So you can see how that's going to come together like so. So this is my behind the scenes, and I thought today is the day to pull that out. Maybe I just feel really chatty today. I did mention to somebody at the grocery store, I don't know if it's a good day to be around me or not. Okay, so let me get out my bone folder and just give that a really good crease going both ways so that everything goes on here really well. Okay, so the next thing I did is cut a 5 1/4 by 3 inch piece of this cute paper, the shell, the turtle shell looking ones. And you can see all these guys, like there's more scenery that can be cut, or more objects that can be cut for those scenery things too, just to add to your layout. And let me get rid of that garbage here so it doesn't get stuck to my adhesive. So I'm just going to get, oh, it's like clear plastic. So you know what that likes to do is just stick like glue. Okay, let me get some adhesive going on this sheet here, like so. And that's going to fit just like that. Okay, so the next thing that I did is from our new, I call it newer, it's something that has kind of moved over from close to my heart to Stampin' Up, is 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock. So for those that love the big 12 by 12, you can cut it down and yes, make cards out of it. You can scrapbook on it, do anything. But the two-tone has the white core, which we haven't carried for a while. Now this piece is, I'm just going to remeasure here, 2.5 by 3.5. And Stampin' Up actually used to carry sanding blocks. And so with this two-tone, I'm wondering if they might bring that back. So I told people last night that you can, if you want, you can do this or just leave it for the design. And as far as the two-tone, you can kind of tell like one side's maybe a little bit darker than the other, but you just pick a side that you want, and it's Granny Apple green in color. I don't know if I mentioned that, so that's just fine. All right, so you can see that that kind of takes a little bit of an edge, kind of looks like a little distressed turtle. A lot of turtles don't look perfect in nature, so distressing it kind of can help it make, give it that fun look. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on here, and then this is going to go on garden green, which is cut 2.75 by 3.75. And let me get this popped up with some dimensionals. And I'm just going to put like one, a little almost to the middle, and then 2 on the edge, because this being a fun fold, we don't want to put it in the corners and accidentally seal up our card so that it can't fold open. Hello there, Julie. Good to see you on here. All right, so I just want to look at my sample here just to make sure that I'm getting that over to the edge. Okay, and then for whatever reason, I thought let's work on the middle, okay? So let me move that embossing folder. I'm going to get out my garden green ink pad. And then what I do is go, okay, so this is going to kind of be covered up. I don't want my hooray that I'm going to stamp to kind of be sticking out here, or even in the middle there, so that if the card's kind of sitting there, you don't like to see that on there. So I thought, okay, let's just kind of tuck that a little bit down and up into the corner. And because of the font, sometimes I have to hold this one and go, oh yeah, you can tell. It almost looks like it could say hooray or hooray. And I almost did stamp it upside down, but that would have been fine because you know there's two sides to the paper. All right, so I've got my hooray on there like so. It is a fun font though. And then the other thing that I want to stamp out, as long as I have my ink pad open here, is the Hope Your Birthday is Turtly Awesome. And I'm just going to stamp that across my basic white. And my basic white is cut 2.75 by 1.75. So that's going to just sit there, and I'm going to tape down the inside here of my card. All right, got that. Just going to center that like so. And now this is going to get taped down, not popped up, but just taped down across that embossed Turtle Textures embossing folder. So I'm going to leave like a 1/4 inch of the Granny Apple Green, or I mean a 1/4 inch of the Garden Green, a 1/4 inch of the Granny Apple Green, and then the next 1/4 inch just visually is going to be the basic white on there. Like so we can do that. Okay, now this is where the fun began, and I let people take their choice out of the 12 by 12 designs here, and went, okay, pick a turtle, right? So they were very good about cutting too. And I wasn't worried about that because I think people are really respectful about not cutting just jagged through the whole thing to get to the middle and leave like whatever in its wake. But I said, pick out a turtle. If you want it to be holding an ice cream cone, pick out something like that. If you want it to be holding a cake, let's get a cake to cut out. So they would just kind of cut out, here's a chocolate cake like this, and just loosely cut it out, and they would hand me their pieces. So we've got that, but there was lots to choose from. And some even said, I know there's not a die, but I'm going to fussy cut this cute turtle holding the cake with the oven mitts and the hat. And I thought, oh, how fun that they want to do that. Okay, so let's get the cut and emboss machine over here, and I'm going to grab this turtle die, and we're going to put that on here. I'm going to see if I can do multiples of the cutting. Here's the ice cream cone. We'll see if that wants to behave and be next to the turtle, like so. And then the chocolate cake. And actually, as I was getting ready to go live, an extra party hat just happened to kind of be in with my supplies, and it was cut out already. So I'm like, okay, that you can imagine me cutting out. I don't have to show you cutting out all the stuff. And so that we'll just add to it. All right, got that. All right, so we've got this cute turtle here, and it's just going to get popped out of the die like so. Oh, and wait till I show you what's magical about the turtle too. Gonna get the cake there and the ice cream cone. Like I said, you could have done a balloon or something like that too. So all those pieces are cut out and ready to go. And so for the balloon, let me grab a mini dimensional here. Or not the balloon, the ice cream cone. So this is what's magical about this. When you die cut it, the arm is like a pop out, like it die cuts that, so that you can sneak something like an ice cream cone underneath the hand, so it's literally holding that like so. How fun is that? But before I do that, I'm going to get some dimensionals behind here, behind the turtle guy. And I'm actually going to put a couple on the legs. And, well, I was going to say in the arms, but it's hard with the turtle. Are they all arms? Are they all legs? There's like, you know, you could say, you could refer to all of them as either, right? I don't know. Do we have any turtle experts? If so, please chime in. Would you call them arms or legs? Okay. So now this is ready to go on there. I'm going to just offset it a little bit more to the side, just so that the things that it's holding has more room on there too. So I've got that. And then, like I said, I'm just going to take that mini dimensional and scoot that. Oops, scoot that just to the top. I'm not even going to put adhesive on the bottom, because that, when I just tuck it in there, is going to be enough to hold it like so. And then that's going to be held there. And then the cake, just going to grab one big dimensional, or regular dimensional, I should say, and that's going to go on his hand like so. And then we need one more little mini dimensional for the party hat. See a little party hat that I had, like I said, cut out already, and that can go like that. So in a short amount of time, look how partied out he is, ready to go. So then the only thing I felt like was needed was a little bit of embellishment. And to the rescue, the shades of green that I talked about that I love, they're all ready. So I'm just going to take like the granny apple greenish looking one, just take a big one of that, and then one of these big clear-ish ones that I feel like still has a light shade of green to help it coordinate. And I'm going to go up and grab one of the smaller ones here and just kind of put that on the card like so. So very fun. Hi there, Sue. Good to see you on here. So we've got our fun fold. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. Hooray. And like I said, there's so many of the turtles that you could cut out from this to make all sorts of cards or elements to different things that you're working on, different projects or scrapbooking. And some people have even taken the banner dies and just made this like home decor for whatever season. Like obviously now we're into summer or whatever, but that's just really fun. So there you have it. Like I said, hopefully you're enjoying seeing some of these new products. The catalog still seems kind of new to me. And with summer, I think sometimes it just seems like we're at more of a kind of crafting standstill, but it doesn't have to be. I feel like I do just as much crafting during the summer as any other time of year. And like I said, thank you so much, Ronnie. This is part of the sweet sale. So like I said, if you love the Turtley sweet products, you can buy that. If you have another sweet from the catalog that's on your mind, you can get that 50% off. Or if you think, no, this is the only one that's in my budget right now, or that I even like out of the catalog, that's fine. So you could break it down and just enter in everything into your shopping cart separately, and then Stampin' Up! Will take the most expensive and the least expensive and work out those 50% things. So you could get, you know, like I said, the bundle for your full price, and then like the ribbon for the half price and such like that. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know, because Monday already is the last day of June to get on the sweet special. So thanks so much for your fun comments, because as you can tell, I was pretty pumped about today's card, not just because it was a fun fold, but because those turtles are so cute. So have a great weekend. My goal is to be back with you guys on Monday with some more inspiration. I think you'll know from the start of the video that I showed you those cards probably what's going to be next, right? Okay. Yes, it is a great sale. It is, Ronnie. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.